up in Orlando, Florida, in Longwood, and I lived in the same house ever since I was 2 years old. I had a sister, Trisha, and a brother, Clay, and we had our differences growing up, but now we can say we're pretty good friends. My sister's my maid of honor. So obviously our relationships changed a little bit, but some of my fondest memories growing up are with her, playing Barbies, with my brother, probably playing tricks on me, putting me in the skylights, throwing me on the couch, playing stand-up, sit-down game, little things like that. We had a love-hate relationship for sure, but now we are one tight, close family. My parents have always been huge inspirations for me and support me every step of the way. They put me in dance when I was 3 years old, and I've continued my love for it to this day, and I had an amazing childhood.
I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl, my girl, my girl, walking round my girl, my girl.
I don't know if it's my favorite memory growing up or not, but one that certainly sticks out is our trip to Michigan as a family. We all piled up into our big Aerostar van that the radio was broken and there's no AC, and we drove from Florida all the way up to Michigan and stayed with my grandma who lives up there. She lives in this amazing little cabin tucked away in the forest on a stream and in the back of the woods in the middle of nowhere, and we all went there for a week's vacation. And I think it was that trip that I really started to appreciate my brother and sister and went from hitting them with Barbies to actually being their friend. So it was a great trip that sticks out in my mind.
It's just like you to take the harder road, to make our house a home, to make sure I never felt alone.
I was born in Branson, Missouri, and basically toured the four-state region there until my dad and mom settled in Arkansas, northwest Arkansas, for Walmart.
Anything, and you never let a day go by without
We grew up competitive little family in sports and in basically everything we did, and even in who was going to have to do the dishes, or who's going to have to do the chores, or who's going to eat first. Growing up, I had a crazy childhood. I had, fun-loving, crazy parents that liked to have a good time, and so that's probably why I am the same way, and most people will acknowledge that and say that's true.
Not just for what you said, but it's the way you lived that makes me want to be just like you.
Some of my fondest memories growing up involve the outdoors, because we were always going out into the woods and going hiking or going to the river and canoeing or floating and going fishing and hunting together. Like we had a lot of outdoors time, and most of my family still continues that. I'm probably one of the few that doesn't. But we loved getting outside and basically just doing getting dirty and always barefoot and running around and playing and doing stupid things, getting in trouble. Luckily in the woods you don't get in too much trouble. It's more dangerous than troublesome.
Just like you.
The most life-changing moments in my life is when my parents split up and both remarried. And you know, at first that seemed like a horrible thing, and now I can definitely say that it's been a blessing, because you know, not only did I receive 2 new parents, but I also received 2 other siblings, David, who's younger, and Melissa, who is even the youngest. And you know, that was a very monumental time in my life, and it's probably one of the most life-changing things that ever happened to me. But you know, as I've told them all at this point, that it has truly been a blessing receiving more family. I mean, we got more Christmas presents by going to the other families' houses. We always got more birthday presents. Got a lot more family, that's for sure. And it turned out to be, you know, now there was 6 siblings, and we were all fighting and sharing and loving it eventually. But I mean, it's been a beautiful extended crazy family at this point. I mean, you know, look what it is today. I mean, who would have known that we would be, you know, where we are and as close as we all are.
I started dancing when I was 3. My mom enrolled me in a ballet class with 2 of my bridesmaids now, Missy and Brittany. We were the 3 Musketeers. It started, Brittany was 3 and I was 3 and Missy was 2, so she was the little one. But we've been dancing together since we were this big, and our first dance recital, the video is hysterical. Basically, the 3 of us are skipping around, and at one point I'm directing them where to go because Missy's waving and Brittany's looking off. But I started dancing when I was pretty young, and then after my studio, I went to another studio, followed my ballet teacher there, and then in high school I competed, and then I went back and did a ballet company, Ballet South, performed in the Nutcracker. That was an amazing experience. Then I went off to college and danced on the dance team there. I made some great friends, loved dancing for sports, which then got me into the Magic, and danced 4 years with them. And those have become some of my favorite lifelong memories and some of my favorite lifelong friends I've met, and it was an amazing experience. I've always had a big part with dancing into my life. Dancing has always been a very important component of it.
The first time I went away was to college, and I really didn't go far because I went to the University of Arkansas, which is about 45 minutes from where I grew up. But I met some of my best friends in college. Obviously Joseph Armour, who is my best man today, and he's been there ever since as one of the best friends I could ever ask for, and as well as many other close friends that I met there that I still keep in touch with more than anyone else that I've ever had contact with. I was just looking for something to do, so to stay out of trouble, so I wouldn't be bored, something to help out with the spending my time in a good way. And that was at first I started out in the band at the University of Arkansas for 3 years, and then I found the world of mascotting, and then I jumped into a big red hog suit and called Big Red, and became the mascot at the University of Arkansas for 3 years. Little did I know that was going to end up changing my life and spawning a career in this business. When she made the team, I told Janine, her dance manager, right away that, Janine, I'm going to marry that girl. And she laughed at me, and maybe she'd heard me say it before, but I don't know, who knows. But I meant it this time, and she looked at me and she goes, oh, she's in a serious relationship. And I said, oh. But, you know, I figured I would sit back, and I mean, I wasn't on the prowl, but I kind of had my eyes set, and as things progressed, you know, we ended up on a plane to China together. I
remember going overseas on my very first trip with the Magic. We were going to China, and it was a 20-hour flight, and I was just sitting on the plane, my first trip, didn't really know anybody that well, minding my own business, studying my cards. I was about to take the GRE test for my master's.
Here I am trying to be social and try to be a nice guy and, you know, say hello to everybody, a little conversation on a 20-hour flight. So I see this girl that I'd been, you know, had my eye on, and she was over there studying for her GRE, for her master's, and I thought, you know what, she looks bored, she looks lonely, she needs a friend.
I was just sitting there reading, minding my own business, and this guy kept coming over and trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I'm really busy over here on my 20-hour flight, and he kept talking to me, and eventually I gave in, and I was like, you know what, I need to get to know everyone better.
At first she didn't want anything to do with me. I mean, I think she was playing games, to be honest with you, but I let her have her little moments and took her little jabs and here and there, but you know, when I saw her lay down the books and the pencils and the study guides, I knew it was on.
When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are.
I travel a lot, and one of the trips I came back from was I did the Olympics in China, in Beijing, and I was over there for about a month. And I came back from that trip, and Heather was out of town, and I just happened to have dinner set up with her parents. I wasn't even planning it, but I told them at dinner that night that, well, guess what? It's going to happen. I'm ready to ask your daughter to be my wife, and I don't know. I told them I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know it is going to happen, and I wanted their blessing. They both said, yes, thank you, thank you. And, you know, it actually took me almost a year to actually do the proposal.
We had planned a trip home to Arkansas, where he's from. We'd planned to stay at a bed and breakfast down in the Ozarks, and it was the Middle Mountains. It was at, I think it was called Grand Central Station. It was a cute little B&B. It was very country and from the 1800s. It looked like a dollhouse pretty much. So we planned a few days there. We checked in, we walked around, we got massages, we went and got a nice Italian dinner, and anyone knows that's my favorite. So I was stoked right from the beginning. We'd planned, it was a Thursday morning, I think. Now I remember, August 12th. But we had planned a little devotional time, and we went up to see Christ of the Ozarks statue.
We're sitting under Christ of the Ozarks, a 75-foot statue in the middle of the mountains, in the middle of the woods. And I thought it was going to be the perfect place to have Christ overlooking our marriage from the very beginning. And so after the Bible verses, we laid down to pray, and I had the engagement ring set inside the Bible by the love verses in 1 Corinthians.
By the end of the devotional time, I opened my eyes, and Scott was in front of me proposing, and we were both bawling our eyes out, and it was a great day.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I want to marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I want to marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard we can go. No one will know. Oh, come on, girl. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow.
I can't believe it's tomorrow. We are so happy and excited and blessed to have you guys part of it. And you're going to be there, right?
I do plan on being there.
Okay,
I do.
sweet.
I wasn't sure she was going to be there, so we will see. It's not done yet, so as this plays, we still have 24 hours, so we'll see if she shows up. But yeah, thank you all for just being amazing friends. If that's why you're here, and couldn't ask for a better group of people and family than what we have. So
Bridal party, thank you. You guys, you know you're amazing, and everyone's going to know you're amazing tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what she's talking about.
You guys are a great group of people. Obviously, you mean a lot to us if you're here today. So
actually, most of them, some of them do, but some of them I just had to fill spaces because you had so many bridesmaids. So
I did.
Sorry to you guys, but you know, place fillers, you're used to it. It's no big deal.
Thank you. We love you.
Nope.